Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Um, I'm truly honored to be here and to hear everybody and talk to you and just be part of this and be part of this day and with all the importance of this moment. So thank you so much. I know you wanted to play a little video, and if you want me to talk after that'll be good. No sound on the video.
No
Okay,
problem. No problem.
no problem.
No problem.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow.
All right. Um, okay, so I thought we'll talk about the importance of being present and being visible. I think when we talk about pride, at least from my experience and from my experience in Israel, um, visibility is a key factor, and it's very, very, very important because really a lot happened here during the last 20 years since I came out, and I'll just say I'll do this really briefly, but I started my career I started writing film music and modern ballet and modern experimental music when I was in high school, and also did some rock, and things led me to sing my own songs at a certain point in life, and then just by sending a cassette on the mail to record labels, I got signed by the one of the three biggest labels in Israel, and we started working. Yeah, and started working on an album, which was pretty amazing for a young guy in Tel Aviv. And then this album was released, and to my surprise, and I think to everybody's surprise, also in the label, it did really well, very fast. And then I immediately went into the process of creating another album, and this album already did really well. And suddenly, I was this singer in my country doing concerts, selling albums, and everybody at the label, of course, is very, very happy. And the system is working, and it's all great, and life is nice. But around that time, I met my first boyfriend, and started living life as a gay man. Honestly, in my private life, uh, a very open and out gay man in my private life, as in like to my family, to my friends around town, but not on the media. And media has this thing where they are out of respect, or out of the feeling that they are protecting gay people, they don't out the artist, at least back then. And so I spent, I would say, around 2 years in that situation, right? Yeah, being very out and loving my life. But when I went on to do like an interview or television, or whatever it was, there was this thing that we're not talking about. And pretty fast I started feeling really bad about it, because I felt like I'm not being 100. I wasn't lying, but I wasn't telling the truth, or telling what I thought should be told. And I was more or less hiding this thing that I didn't really realize why I'm hiding, or that I started feeling really bad about that, and I thought this was wrong. Um, and I didn't really understood why exactly I'm doing that, you know. And once you're like working inside an industry, a lot of the times the industry will have rules or will have the right way to do it, or you know, um, people will tell you things about success, about careers, about stuff, and of course I was part of that industry, but I decided to go kind of against it and create my own narrative and come out. And that's what I did when I wrote my third album, and I decided I will come out in a big interview in the big newspaper and on television and be maybe the first one to do it like that. But you know, it was maybe a bit scary, but also I felt like I have two main obligations. One obligation is to myself, to be very very honest about who I am, and to have the freedom as an artist to talk about anything I want and to write about anything I want. And you know, I feel like as an artist, it's a key thing, you know, to be able to be open and to be able to touch every subject that you want to touch. Um, and I also felt like I have this obligation to my audience and to my society, because whether we like it or not, or whether we really understand why, people, visible people, famous people, visible on the media, have power to change things and to change perceptions more than anything, and and to help a lot of people that need that help, like to help younger people to have some kind of like a path, you know. I think all of us when we were young, we were looking for clues, we were looking for, you know, role models, we were looking for people out there that we could identify with, and you know, to feel we're not alone in this. And I think it's something that a lot of people talk about, and I felt as a famous artist, I have this opportunity that I came across in my life. That's, for me, it was a big opportunity to be able to do good, you know, to do good to my culture, my society, my country, younger people, people who need that visibility, because I feel like visibility makes a huge difference. I think it's a great, it's not the only, but it's a great tool to create change, to lead change, um, to change perceptions. And so I just decided I will do that. And then I came out, and you know what? To my absolute pleasure, I saw that people were very appreciative of honesty and truth, and people are looking for true voices and people who are willing to put themselves out there and say, you know, and show themselves. And I was very very happy because it opened the door to so many other gay and lesbian and trans and bisexual artists and TV people and famous people in Israel to come out. It really over the years since then, like, it created this scene here where it's almost irrelevant to be a young artist and be in the closet. Like, it's obvious that if you're a young artist, even like a commercial artist who speaks to the mainstream, even as someone like that, you can easily come out and it will not damage your career and your opportunity, you know. And I think that's a huge thing for young people to see, you know, because they know they can be who they want to be, and they know they can follow a path that will take them to good places, with being out, of course. And yeah, as you mentioned, my boyfriend and I, we managed to create this thing called Iggy. And Africa, not just like a lot of great people and who work for this thing, and it's a youth organization. um, like a youth movement that started really, really, really small from our house in Tel Aviv and grew and grew and grew. And today it's all over Israel. And it's like really almost every city, not only the main cities, but also, you know, cities that are far away from Tel Aviv or from the center of of Israel. And it offers help to so many young um, kids who have a place to go and talk and, you know, be themselves. So yeah, since then I've been working a lot and hard, and it's very, very um, it's very nice to see the way this the way the LGBTI thing in Israel is right now. We still have fights, you know, we're fighting, and it's of course not perfect. And I think, like all over, it's easy to say, okay, the things are great, you're out there, it's good. Like there's still a lot of fights to fight. I had my first son this year. He's 9 months now, and yeah, and I had to go to the States, right, to do surrogacy, for example. I could not do surrogacy here because it's not allowed yet, and I had to go to the States for that. And you know, I feel like this is maybe for me at least it's a next boundary that I want to talk about and that I want to fight about. And you know, after coming out and feeling like we have a very good place in society, and you know, we can be who we are and the way we want to be, to really establish things by law, you know, like the equal rights, I think it's like a next level thing, at least for me, in my little world. And I think all over, honestly, I think each country in its own set of rules, and you know how it is over there, but I think we can all really put this as a thing that we want to achieve, you know, all over. Equal rights, feeling equal, being equal. Um, yeah. So I think my message around Pride now is being visible, and coming out and being out there and being as open as we can be, and in the media, showing people that um, this is the actually the only way to go and the only way to be. Yeah. If someone's talking, I can't hear you because I saw you were talking. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ivri, for your words. I believe it's very important what you mentioned about being able to create our own narratives. And
Yeah.
it's very important to acknowledge that artists of such caliber are redistributing their money to the youth. So thank you for that.